Look who's back with us, the co-chair of the House Problem Solvers Caucus, Congressman Brian Fitzpatrick. We've got Wall Street pro Carol Roth. Okay, Congressman, first to this, we have a new Gallup poll. 81%, including Democrats, don't like the direction. They're unhappy with the direction of America. 83% economic conditions fair to poor. 76% believe economy is getting worse. We got big chains like Macy's, Costco, Dollar General warning shoppers are pulling back on discretionary spending. So then now you got the White House not talking about inflation. Congressman.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's a lot of causes to that. There's too much hyperpartisanship. Obviously, speaking as the co-chair of the bipartisan bloc in Congress, we believe in two-party solutions. We believe in approaching policies from a pragmatic position and not an ideologically purist position. But a lot of these challenges, I will tell you, I mean, we started to address in the bill that Speaker McCarthy helped marshal through the floor yesterday. Big credit to him, by the way. But I will point out that only addresses 11% to 12% or so of our budget. Mandatory spending has got to be looked at some point. Medicare will run out of money in a couple of years, and Social Security in 2034 if we do nothing. So that's got to be the next focus right now.
Got it. You know, Carol, let's get your reaction to this. An MSNBC anchor claims the economy is delivering for the lower and middle classes. Let's watch this. Watch.
We're also seeing an economy that is truly delivering for working Americans at the bottom of the labor hierarchy for the first time in recent memory. This is a pretty striking story. We have seen actual, meaningful wage gains for the bottom portion of workers, even when you account for inflation. Now, whether that continues or not is anyone's guess, but that trajectory is promising.
It's not an SNL skit. That was real.
Okay, that was Joey Jones. Carol, I mean, the Bureau of Labor Statistics, real wages are down after inflation. Wages are down after inflation, 6-7% since Biden took office. So what's going on with this story here?
Yeah, I mean, the American people, particularly the middle class, the working class, the lower class, are being absolutely crushed by inflation and by the negligent and indulgent monetary and fiscal policy that we've seen. We know that consumers are going to be in a personal recession if they're not in one already very soon. The personal savings rate starting to dip down again. We saw credit cards reaching $1 trillion. People are going into debt, and the only reason they are able to continue spending is because we have this supply and demand mismatch in the labor force. So they feel like at least I can get a job, but those wages aren't keeping pace and they are being crushed from every single direction. And it's really sad that they are trying to gaslight the people who are struggling to put food on the table and to pay their rent.
Yeah, so what Carol just said, you know, Congressman, there was better than expected consumer spending growth in April, but April's personal income number rose at half the rate of nominal spending. It's up just like 0.4% month over month. That indicates consumers are drawing down on savings and some fear adding debt to get by.
Yeah, it shouldn't come as a surprise. We have structural problems with our economy right now. A lot of it due to poor fiscal policy decisions in our nation's capital and in state capitals. Around the country, and also the labor shortages that were overreactions in terms of labor policy to the COVID-19 pandemic. So we got workforce shortages. We have too much money chasing too few goods, and stagnant wage growth. All that leads to the challenges that were just pointed out.
Yeah, to what the congressman just said, Carol, the White House, they still get their $80 billion for the IRS. There's supposedly $20 billion in cuts for that money down to $60 billion, but that only starts like next fiscal year. That number, the $80 billion, Carol, is more than 6 times the IRS current annual budget. So that means the IRS is going to employ more bureaucrats in the Pentagon, State Department, FBI, and Border Patrol combined, Carol, to go after regular Americans to pay for bigger government, which is causing inflationary conditions for the American people. This is where we're at. This is an argument for a flat tax, by the way.
Absolutely. And this is where I have to disagree with the congressman. I don't think that this bill is a win. I think it is a nothing burger. I don't think it does anything to change the financial trajectory. It certainly does nothing to change that IRS problem that we put out there. And the number one issue impacting this country is an unsustainable fiscal trajectory. People are getting crushed. And unfortunately, the Republicans caved on this. They had an opportunity to do the hard work. They chose not to. This only passed because so many Democrats jumped in. And again, the American people are getting crushed by the spending coming out of Congress. We have to make good. If the Republicans are going to say we are going to, take away that funding for the IRS, we are going to change the fiscal trajectory, you have to do the hard work. It is not acceptable to not do that work and to try to say that it's a win.
Carol Roth just shot a Roman candle at you, Congressman Fitzpatrick. You take it on. Final word. You got 15 seconds.
Yeah, Carol, we control one half of one branch of government out of three, and of that one half of one branch, we control it by 4 votes. That is not a solid hand to play if you're a poker player. Speaker McCarthy did the absolute best he could. Everybody was taking mandatory spending off the table. That only leaves 12% of the budget, and we had an existential threat of a debt ceiling potentially being breached. So
Carol's
yes,
not
it was
having
time.
Well, then go win the White House and the Senate, I think Carol would say. Okay, we got to leave it there. Congressman Fitzpatrick, Carol Roth, thanks for playing ball. It's great to see you guys tonight. That was fun. It's good to have you on.